Good morning, YouTubians. It's Kemit's Ghost. It's Monday, the 20th of February, 2023. It is a Blu-ray release day. And before I head up to HMV, see what's on the shelves and grab a coffee from somewhere, still not a sponsor, I'm going to tell you what's been going on in my life for the past 8 weeks and why I've been away from YouTube. In case you didn't see my last video, my mother was taken ill. She had a diverticulated abscess on her stomach. And she checked herself into hospital because she tried to get a doctor's appointment for going on 3 months unsuccessfully. They just fobbed her off with phone calls. Anyway, she took herself into hospital, called an ambulance. She was being treated in hospital with antibiotics, and unfortunately she caught COVID whilst on the ward, which is unusual because we all had to wear masks and stuff when we went in to see her. So she was put onto the COVID ward. And then she got over COVID. 10 days she was clear of COVID, but then she caught pneumonia, and then she had a collapsed lung. And this is all caught while she was in hospital. I don't know how, because we had to wear masks, gloves, aprons, the lot. Anyway, this went on, and she unfortunately wasn't treated then after for her abscess, and she had a small tear in her bowel, and she caught sepsis, and she passed away. 84 years old, and she was surrounded by family and loved ones, so she went out how she wanted to go out. Just unfortunately, I think she could have had more time if she was treated for what she went in for. I'm not blaming anybody. It is what it is. You can't turn back the time. We buried my mother last Monday, and I've been clearing out her flat, organising the funeral, the wake, getting a death certificate, which took 10 days. They told me it would be ready the next day. It took 10 days. Just a lot of organisation. If I've learned one thing from this, is get yourself some life insurance. Sun Life Insurance is not a sponsor. They paid out almost within 24 hours. Fantastic life insurance company. If anything, I recommend that. Anyway, so my mother passed away, and I've been busy ever since. But now it's all done and dusted. Well, I say it's all done and dusted. I've still got lots to do in her flat and hand back the tenancy. But going to head up to HMV now, try and get back in the swing of YouTube and drinking more coffee. I will see you all up in the town in a bit. Okay, so I just want to take this opportunity now to thank any and everyone who sent me a message of condolence, be it a message on YouTube or Instagram or email or an actual card. It really did mean the world to me. And whilst my mother was still alive in hospital, I did pass on all your well wishes, and she loved it. So thank you all. Okay, so this is the first time I'm taking my new GoPro out for a test drive. I've noticed I'm going to have to adjust the settings. It's filming 1080p but 24 frames per second. So I'm going to up it to 60 frames for next time. Anyway, over to the new and trending section. But did you see the Matilda poster in the window? And here it is, Matilda the Musical from Sony Pictures. The songs in this were written by Tim Minchin, and it stars a newcomer called Alicia Weir as a title character. Blu-ray is priced at $15.99 and a DVD is $9.99. No slipcovers or 4K release for this today. Okay, so next is the black comedy called Triangle of Sadness, a film set aboard a luxury cruiser super yacht. Oh, that spine is upside down, don't like that. And the captain of this yacht happens to be played by Woody Harrelson, so I might have to pop back later today and grab this one. Blu-ray is $14.99, whereas the DVD is $9.99. There was no 4K for this one today, and neither comes with a slipcover either. So next is an anime film called The Deer King. It's about a soldier called Van who's trying to protect a young girl called Yana in a brutal part of the world ravaged by war and rife with disease. This has got a runtime 113 minutes. So this is a Paramount release of Days of Thunder, which marks the end of the HMV premium line, as this was a title. It's still actually cheaper to buy the premium release, with all of them being at 2 for $25 at the moment. So here we go with another X-Premium release. It is Marathon Man, which is a great Dustin Hoffman movie. There are a few out today, but they didn't get them in stock, but there's a lot coming in next week as well. This one is priced at $14.99. And next is Young Sherlock Holmes, which had a steelbook release on the 30th of January, but it's all sold out. Now, this adventure is from 1985 and it's got a runtime 109 minutes. It's yours for $14.99. So the next title is a Warner Brothers release of the 1933 Fay Wray classic, King Kong. This is presented in an 11mm case, and it's going for the reasonable price of $9.99. This is worth every penny, in my opinion. Next is a film noir double feature set from Arrow under the heading Tales from the Urban Jungle. It contains Brute Force from 1947 and The Naked City from 1948. The next movie is The Final Program from Studio Canal. This is set in the future where scientists have discovered how to make humans immortal. It's from 1973 and has a runtime of 86 minutes. Okay, so next is a Paramount Pictures release of Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruit. It's a 4K release. It has Chris Pine as the title character, Keira Knightley as his wife, and Kevin Costner as a CIA veteran called Harper. This is a worthy addition to the franchise. So next is Marie Antoinette. It is a Dazzler Media release. This is season 1, total runtime 480 minutes. Obviously it's set in the late 1700s, and it follows the tragic life of that poor girl who was married off at 14. Anyway, this is priced at £19.99. So next is a 6-part docudrama called This England, telling the shameful way which our government acted during the pandemic, and this has Kenneth Branagh playing the role of Boris Johnson. I've got to say, it does look the part going on that cover. This is priced at £19.99. Okay, so next and last in store today is After Sun, written and directed by Charlotte Wells. I did like her speech last night at the BAFTA, it's got to be said. Anyway, this drama is from last year, and it will set you back £14.99 for the Blu-ray, and that's right, £9.99 for the DVD. No 4K for this one today, but both Blu-ray and DVD both come with slipcovers. Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, there's quite a few to get through. This isn't all of it, but I don't want this video to go on too long. There's some old pickups, there's some new pickups, there's some subscriber mail, and there's a mystery parcel, but we'll get onto that in a minute. So let's crack on. Okay, first title to show you is Black Adam. This has been on Blu-ray now for quite a while. I did go and see this in cinema. I thought it was an enjoyable super anti-hero film. Black Adam's being portrayed by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and this was a passion piece for him. He tried to have this made since 2007. Now, the character of Black Adam first appeared in comic form in December of 1945, and DC Comics have owned the rights to it since the 1970s. It's an origin story, so you're going to see where he came from, why he's returned, that kind of thing. Also features Aldous Hodge as Hawkman. You've got Noah Centineo as Adam Smash. He's kind of an Ant-Man in reverse. Quintessa Swindle as Cyclone. That kind of speaks for itself. And you've got Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. He wears this alien-found helmet which holds many mystical abilities, including being able to tell the future. Now, Black Adam's very similar to Superman in powers. He's got super strength, super speed, the ability to fly, pretty much indestructible, but as I mentioned, he is an anti-hero. He's got no intention of joining a superhero team or stopping on his path to revenge. And of course, there is a direct descendant from Black Adam's arch enemy, who is hell-bent on picking up where his former family member left off. The effects in this are top-notch, and the action is sustainable. Dwayne, despite being an unlikable character in the film, is still very likable. And the music is from Lorne Balfe. It's going to run time 125 minutes as well. So let's take a look inside. Comes with a nice slip cover, but I've got to point out it's one of those thin cases, which seems to be the normal at the moment. There's a leaflet containing information to a new game that's available and to Shazam. And there is a plain disc. So that was Black Adam. Okay, next title is Halloween Ends from Universal Studios, and this one came out in cinemas last year. It's a continuation of the franchise and possibly the last one, although I doubt it very much despite what goes on in the movie. Now, this one is set 4 years after Halloween Kills, and Laurie Strode, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, in case you didn't know, is now living in a new house with her granddaughter Alison, played by Andy Matichek, and Laurie is writing her memoirs, and Michael, who is not at full strength, is living in a sewer. Now, James Jude Courtney is again playing Michael, as he has in the last 2 films, but the sounds of Michael are coming from Nick Castle, who was in the original 1978 version as Michael Myers, as well as Halloween 2 in 1981, if that makes sense. Now, the movie itself is directed by David Gordon Green, and he directed the previous 2 films, and he's currently working on the upcoming Exorcist movie as well. He also co-wrote this alongside Paul Logan, Chris Brennier, and Danny McBride, which I can't get my head around. It's got a runtime 111 minutes. Let's take a look inside. And it has an image on the disc as well. So that was Halloween Ends. Okay, so the next title to show you is Resident Alien. I've been after this for so many months. I've seen it for sale on HMV. It's never dropped in price. It's currently standing at £44 for this season. But Jamie Powell messaged me saying it was on sale in a company that shares its name with a big river, and it was for £15 plus change. So I bit the bullet and I've ordered it. I've only seen the first 10 minutes of this, which is up on YouTube, but it sold me on the idea. It's about this alien who can morph into human form to blend in, and he takes the place of a doctor in Colorado, I believe. Now, it stars Alan Tudyk as the alien, now going by the name of Harry Vandenspiegel, and he has killed and assumed the identity of the local doctor, and he's on a mission to destroy the human race. Obviously, he becomes fascinated with us and starts to make a life for himself. Now he's got super strength, he's much more intelligent than your average person, and he's over 1 million years old as well, so he's pretty much immortal. Now currently 2 seasons made and a third one is in production. The second season is actually out in America on the 28th of this month. It's got a total runtime 453 minutes, looks really good. Let's take a look inside. So inside there are 2 discs, each one has the image from the front cover. And on the reverse of the cover there is an episode listing inside. So that was Resident Alien Season 1. Okay, so around a week ago the next film turned up at my door. It's from Amazon. There is no note inside, nothing to say who it's from. It wasn't a movie that I've ordered. Bit of a mystery really, so anyone's watching who is responsible for sending this, then thank you very much. Always lovely to receive something out of the blue. So what's inside? So the film that turned up was an American import called Roadhouse. It's an action flick from 1989 starring Patrick Swayze as James Dalton. He is hired by Frank to run his club, dealing with staff members and out of control customers. So in effect he's a manager and a bouncer, but he goes by the title of the Cooler. A local henchman, Brad Weasley, played by Ben Gazzara, happens to know of Dalton's secret past, and he's trying to put Frank out of business. And during a scuffle with Brad's cohorts, Dalton receives a knife wound, and that leads him to a relationship with Dr. Elizabeth Clay, played by Kelly Lynch, who happens in real life to be married to Mitch Glazier, who co-wrote the screenplay to Bill Murray's film The Scrooged. Anyway, also stars the brilliant Sam Elliott as Dalton's former mentor Garrett, brilliant actor, and this will be a first time watch for me. The cast is very good, the reviews are favourable, so I'm really looking forward to checking this out. It's got a runtime 114 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So this comes with a Blu-ray and a DVD, both have the same image, and they are the image from the back cover. So that was Roadhouse. So thank you very much if anybody took their time to send this to me. It really is appreciated. Okay, next one I know is subscriber mail. It's from Mike Hatfield, all the way across the pond in the United States of America. He sent me this and it arrived a few weeks ago, and I told Mike I'd feature it on my channel as soon as I started making videos again. So here it is. Let's take a look inside. Okay, so Mike has kindly sent me a DVD of Miracle at Christmas, Ebby's story. This is a 1995 retelling of A Christmas Carol, which happens to be my favourite story of all time. And it stars Susan Lucci as Elizabeth Scrooge. She's known as Ebby in the film. You got Jeffrey DeMunn playing Jake Marley. Dunn was Dale in The Walking Dead. Remember him? He was the guy with the fishing hat. You've also got Wendy Crewson as Roberta Cratchit, aka Bob Cratchit. She was in the TV show Frankie Drake Mysteries, which I picked up a couple of months ago. So there is a few gender role reversals going on in here, which I'm absolutely fine with as long as they're done well. I have no problem as long as the story doesn't suffer. The film itself is 96 minutes long and it was made directly for television. I don't think there is a Blu-ray for this. Love this story and I'm very grateful to you, Mike, for sending it my way. Let's take a look inside. So the DVD has the image from the front cover and it does look very festive. I forgot to mention this is actually 1.5 hours long. I will watch this closer to Christmas. Don't really watch Christmas films this part of the year, so I will wait till maybe about November time and I'll check this out again. I have seen this film already. It is a good retelling of the story, so looking forward to watching it again. Thanks, Mike. I really do appreciate that. You are a star. Okay, next title to show you is Black Panther Wakanda Forever, number 30 in the Marvel Universe, and obviously a sequel to Black Panther, and from the same director as well, Ryan Coogler, this being his 4th feature film. I did enjoy the first one, but with the death of Chadwick Boseman, I was sceptical but interested to see how they can deal with that element of the storyline. Gotta say though, they dealt with it immediately and very well indeed. There's quite a few actors returning from the first film. You've got Letitia Wright, she's back. Also, Lupita Nyong'o, you've got Danny Guerrero, you've got Martin Freeman, and this time Angela Bassett. And it's a milestone for Marvel because it's the first time an actor or an actress from a Marvel film has been nominated for an Academy Award in Best Actor category. So good luck to Angela Bassett for Best Supporting Actress. As well as the city of Wakanda, there's a whole bunch of new vibranium protectors that wouldn't seem out of place in a new Avatar film. But I'm going to leave it at that. Great film. It's got a runtime 161 minutes, so it's quite a long one. Get some popcorn and a cup of tea at hand. Let's take a look inside. So Disney have done it again. They've put it in one of these slim cases, so I'm going to have to get that changed out for a 14mm case so it matches the others. And inside there is a plain blue disc, which I'm absolutely fine with. As long as the film gets released, I don't care what image they put on there. So that was Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Next film to show you is from 1985. It's a family adventure and it's young Sherlock Holmes, directed by Barry Levinson, who's brought us some great films over the years. You've got Rain Man, The Natural, Man of the Year, and Good Morning Vietnam, to name just a few. Written by Chris Columbus, but it's based on the characters created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Now, on a side note, this is the first feature film to have a fully CGI character, so goodness knows how dated that's going to look. But we shall see. Although it was done by Pixar, which was founded in 1979, which I didn't know till last week. I thought they started in 1995 with Toy Story. There you go. It stars Nicholas Rowe as Sherlock and Alan Cox as Watson, and the story surrounds the revenge of the pilfering of an Egyptian pyramid with 5 tombs containing princesses. The score is from Bruce Morton, whose work includes Tombstone and the 1994's Miracle on 34th Street. And this one comes in at 109 minutes, so quite a short one. Let's take a look inside. So inside there is a plain blue disc. So that was young Sherlock Holmes. Okay, next film to show you is Matilda the Musical. This is a fantasy musical from last year, and it's based on the story Matilda by Roald Dahl, and it's directed by Matthew Warchus. Now, it follows the story of a young girl called Matilda, a sweet-natured girl played by Alicia Weir, and her horrible parents, Mr. and Mrs. Wormwood, played by Andrea Riseborough and Stephen Graham. They are forced to enrol Matilda into the school Cruncham Hall after they've neglected her education, and as a result, her new teacher and friend, Miss Honey, played by Lashana Lynch, you may know her as Maria from the Captain Marvel films. Anyway, the school is run with an iron fist, and the headmistress is Mrs. Trunchbull, played by Emma Thompson. What she doesn't know is Matilda has a strange ability, but I won't say any more on that. You probably know it anyway. It's a fun story, but, well, the book is. I've not seen this version yet. It's got a runtime of 117 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So the image from the front cover has been put onto the disc. So that was Matilda the Musical. Okay, so next and last, otherwise this video is going to go on forever, is It's Only Money. It's a comedy from 1962, directed by Frank Tashlin, who started out as an animator and director for Looney Tunes. And this one stars Jerry Lewis, which was made actually after his on-screen partnership with Dean Martin finished. Now, I spent many an hour growing up watching Jerry Lewis movies, and I love them. It's nice to see some of them getting released over here on Blu-ray. There's a couple coming out in a few weeks' time. Now, Jerry in this is playing a TV repairman called Lester March. Before going any further, actually, it also stars Mae Questel, who was the voice of Olive Oyl and Betty Boop, and she was Aunt Bethany in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. In this, she is playing Cecilia Albright, and she is a rich woman looking for a long-lost nephew, and I think we can all guess who that long-lost nephew is going to be. This movie, by the way, is littered with lecherous old men for some reason. Filmed in black and white, and the picture quality is very good. However, it is a bare bones release, but I'd rather have that than nothing at all. It's got a runtime of 1 hour 23 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So the front cover image has been put onto the disc, and there is a reversible cover, which is odd because the only thing they've removed is the age logo on the back. There isn't one on the spine on the original anyway, so very odd. So that was Jerry Lewis in It's Only Money. So that was it. Have you seen any of those films or plan to pick them up or just want to leave a comment, then do so down below and I will read every single one and try to reply if I have the time. Give the video a thumbs up, really does help the channel, and subscribe if you haven't. It's all free. Why wouldn't you? And on that note, all that's left to say is thank you so much for choosing my channel today and watching my video. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.